Aries, if you've been feeling lately that something is about to change but you haven't been able to understand exactly what it is, the tarot cards for August 13th, 2026 suggest that your feeling may not be accidental. This is not a quiet energy. Something is moving beneath the surface. And the most interesting part is that you may not see it coming. August 13th could begin like an ordinary day. You may wake up, follow your normal routine, think about work, money, relationships, and the plans you have for the future. But somewhere during the day, something unexpected may interrupt that routine. A message, a phone call, a conversation, a financial development, professional opportunity, or information about a person whose intentions you've been questioning. The tarot suggests that one unexpected moment could change the way you look at the next few weeks of your life. Aries, you've been through situations where you had to act without knowing exactly how everything would turn out. You had to take risks. You had to make decisions. You had to continue even when nobody could guarantee that your effort would pay off. And perhaps you've recently been asking yourself, when will I finally see the result? The cards suggest that August 13th may begin answering that question. But it may not arrive in the way you expect. Instead of receiving one huge breakthrough, you may notice several smaller signs that your life is finally gaining momentum. Someone who ignored your message may suddenly respond. An opportunity that disappeared may return. A person may finally reveal what they've been thinking. Payment may move closer. Or you may hear information that completely changes your plans. Don't underestimate small developments. For Aries, small developments can become big turning points very quickly. There is particularly strong energy around career and professional recognition. If you've been working hard without receiving enough appreciation, August 13th could bring a sign that people have noticed your effort. Someone may compliment your work. A manager could give you a new responsibility. Client may return. A colleague may recommend you. Or someone could mention your name in a conversation that you aren't even part of. This is important because the tarot suggests that your professional reputation may be working for you behind the scenes. People may be watching your consistency. They may be noticing how you handle pressure. They may be deciding whether you're ready for something bigger. And Aries, this is where your natural confidence becomes important. Don't make yourself smaller just to make other people comfortable. If you're qualified, say so. If you have an idea, share it. If you want a promotion, make your intentions known. If you've been thinking about changing careers, don't dismiss the idea simply because it feels risky. However, the cards also give you one warning. Don't act purely from impatience. Aries naturally wants movement. You want results. You want answers. And when something takes too long, you may be tempted to force the situation. August 13th asks you to slow down just enough to see the bigger picture. There is a difference between taking action and rushing. Action creates progress. Rushing creates mistakes. So if an opportunity appears, examine it before saying yes. If someone offers you a new position, ask questions. If you're considering leaving your current job, make sure you understand what comes next. If you're starting a business, calculate the risks. Your courage is powerful, but your courage becomes much more effective when it is combined with strategy. Now let's talk about money, because this is another important part of your August 13th reading. The tarot suggests that financial movement may be approaching. Some Aries may receive money they were already expecting. Others could discover a new way to increase their income. A side project may become more serious. A client may offer additional work. A delayed payment may finally arrive. Or someone could bring you an opportunity that has financial potential. But there is another possibility. You may suddenly discover something about your finances that you've been ignoring. Perhaps you've been spending too much. Maybe an unnecessary expense has been quietly growing. Or perhaps you've been putting off an important financial decision. August 13th is a good day to look at the numbers honestly. Don't avoid the truth because it feels uncomfortable. Knowing exactly where you stand financially gives you power. And Aries, the cards suggest that you could be entering a period where financial discipline creates much greater freedom later. If money comes in unexpectedly, don't immediately spend it. Consider saving part of it. Pay something important. Invest in a skill. Or use it to strengthen your financial foundation. You don't need to prove that you're successful by spending money. Sometimes the smartest financial move is simply keeping more of what you earn. There is also a warning around someone asking you for money. Be careful. Your generosity can sometimes make you act faster than your judgment. If someone asks you to lend money, invest in something, or join a financial opportunity, don't let emotional pressure decide for you. Take your time. Ask questions. And if something doesn't feel right, you don't have to participate. Now, Aries, love becomes particularly interesting on August 13th. If you're single, there may be an unexpected romantic development. Someone could suddenly become more interested in you. A person you've been talking to may finally reveal their feelings. Or someone completely new could appear through work, friends, social media, travel, or an ordinary daily situation. The cards suggest that this person may not be someone you immediately expect. They may have a different personality from the people you've previously been attracted to. And that could be exactly what makes the connection interesting. Don't judge too quickly. Give the person a chance to show you who they really are. But don't rush into something simply because the chemistry is strong. Aries, you can feel attraction intensely. But intensity isn't always compatibility. Watch for consistency. Does this person respect your time? Do they communicate honestly? Do they support your goals? Do their actions match their words? Those questions matter more than a few exciting conversations. If you're already in a relationship, August 13th may bring an important conversation. You and your partner could discuss something you've been avoiding. Maybe money. Maybe the future. Maybe trust. Maybe family. Maybe something that happened recently. Don't automatically assume that a serious conversation means something is wrong. Sometimes serious conversations are how relationships become stronger. Speak honestly, but don't attack. Listen carefully. Your partner may reveal something that helps you understand their behavior differently. And you may also have an opportunity to express something you've been keeping inside. For some Aries, the tarot shows a moment of emotional truth. You may finally admit what you really want. Not what other people expect from you. Not what looks good. Not what you're supposed to want. What you actually want. That realization could change your approach to love. You may decide that you're no longer willing to accept mixed signals. You may stop chasing someone who isn't giving you the same energy. Or you may realize that a relationship deserves another chance because both people have genuinely changed. Either way, clarity is more important than fantasy. There is also a possibility of someone from your past appearing again. This could be an old partner, an old friend, or simply someone you haven't heard from for a long time. Their appearance may bring back emotions you thought were gone. Before you respond emotionally, remember why the situation ended. Ask yourself, has anything actually changed? If the answer is yes, perhaps the conversation deserves your attention. If nothing has changed, don't allow nostalgia to reopen an old wound. The past can knock on your door. You don't have to let it back inside. Family matters may also become important. Someone close to you could ask for your advice. A relative may share news. Or you may have a conversation that changes the atmosphere within your family. You might naturally want to take control and fix everything. But you don't have to. You can support people without becoming responsible for every problem. Your peace matters too. There is a strong emotional lesson here for Aries. You don't have to carry everyone just because you're strong enough to do it. Sometimes strength means knowing when to step back. Your intuition is also particularly active on August 13th. You may have a strong feeling about a person or situation before you have any evidence. Don't ignore it. But don't blindly follow it either. Use your intuition as an early warning system. Then use logic to investigate. If someone feels dishonest, watch their behavior. If an opportunity feels promising, research it. If you feel drawn toward a certain direction, explore it. Your intuition may point you toward something your conscious mind hasn't fully recognized yet. There could also be meaningful coincidences around you. A repeated number, a familiar name, a song that reminds you of someone, a conversation that answers a question you've been thinking about, or an unexpected meeting that seems almost perfectly timed. Whether you view these moments spiritually or simply as meaningful coincidences, they can encourage you to pay attention to your surroundings. And Aries, you need to pay attention because something may be changing quietly. One of the strongest messages in your reading is hidden information becoming visible. Someone may tell you something they weren't planning to tell you. A secret could be revealed. You may discover that someone has been supporting you behind the scenes. Or you may learn that a situation isn't what you originally believed. The truth could initially shock you. But don't react immediately. Take a moment. Listen to the entire story. Ask questions. Then decide what you want to do. You don't need to respond to every surprise instantly. Sometimes the most powerful response is silence. There may also be a sudden change to your plans. A meeting could be canceled. Project could be postponed. Someone may change their mind. Or you could receive an invitation you weren't expecting. At first, this may feel inconvenient. But the tarot suggests that a change in plans could actually create space for something better. Don't assume every interruption is a setback. Sometimes the universe doesn't remove something from your path to punish you. Sometimes it removes it because something else needs room. By the evening of August 13th, Aries, you may find yourself thinking differently about something that has been bothering you. A decision may suddenly feel obvious. You may realize that you've been waiting for permission you never needed. You may recognize that a certain person doesn't deserve as much of your energy as you've been giving them. Or you may finally understand that you're ready to take a bigger step professionally. That moment of clarity could be more important than any external event. Because your external reality often changes after your internal decision changes. And Aries, your card strongly suggests that you're approaching an internal turning point. You're becoming less willing to tolerate situations that drain you. Less willing to accept excuses. Less willing to settle. And more willing to choose what actually moves your life forward. This is powerful. But don't confuse confidence with impulsiveness. You don't need to burn everything down. You simply need to choose your next move wisely. Think about where you want to be by the end of August. Then ask yourself, what decision today would move me closer to that future? That is where your answer may be. The tarot's final message for Aries on August 13th is, the unexpected news is not here to frighten you. It is here to show you what you were finally ready to see. Something may be revealed. Something may change. Something may begin. And something may finally end. But whatever happens, don't immediately label it good or bad. Give it time. Let the story unfold. You may discover that the event you initially feared was actually the event that freed you. The opportunity you almost ignored could become important. The conversation you didn't want to have could bring relief. The financial decision you were avoiding could give you greater security. The person you didn't expect could become significant. And the door you thought had closed may open again, but this time under completely different circumstances. Aries, August 13th is not asking you to predict every outcome. It's asking you to be ready. Ready to listen. Ready to act. Ready to protect your future. Ready to recognize opportunity. And most importantly, ready to trust yourself. Because you've already survived situations that once seemed impossible. You've already started over before. You've already learned how to turn disappointment into motivation. And you've already proven that when you decide you want something, you can move mountains to get there. Now the tarot suggests that a new chapter is beginning to form. Not necessarily loudly, not necessarily dramatically, but quietly. One message, one decision, one opportunity, one revelation at a time. So when August 13th arrives, Aries, don't rush through it. Watch carefully, listen carefully, and trust yourself. Because the moment you've been waiting for may not announce itself as a miracle. It may simply appear as a small, unexpected event, and only later will you realize that was the moment everything started to change.